Okay, so this is what I've been doing all day yesterday, and what I'm doing today, let's see if I can actually get somewhere, is my bead room is an absolute disaster. I had a bead show, so I've got all this stuff on all my neck models. Over here, I've got all my bracelets and just tons of necklaces laying on top of everything, on top of each other, and you just straighten that all up. I got my little tool thing here that's an absolute disaster. I got my new little bead tower, and I got another one I have to fill up, and then I've just got stuff everywhere. I've got this whole drawer of stuff that I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to tape while I do this. I've got all this bags of flower beads and mushroom beads, and this whole drawer is full of stuff that I have to do something with. I also have more down in these drawers down here that I have to sort through. I have like, oh, I don't even know. I don't even want to open those. What a mess. I gotta sort all of my seed beads over here. My pegboards aren't too bad. I'm going to try to lessen a little bit of the load on them by putting some of the crystal in these little tiny bottles. I started putting crystal, as you can see, in these little bottles, and I have a whole bunch of them down here that I bought. I bought these from eBay that I'm trying to put my crystal in. As you can see, I just have a huge mess. What happens is I open a strand of beads or a package to decide I don't like it. Then I have all this strands of beads that I didn't, that I've cut open, and now I have to find a place to be. So what I do is I usually just open one of these drawers and I toss all the stuff in there. So what ends up happening is I've just got all these drawers with all kinds of random little bags and little pieces. Like, here's something I started to make. It's a Dutch spiral that I was making with rice pearls and large beads, and then I just shoved it in there. And I have a whole box of stuff. I have stuff here that I did that with. I have a whole box on my shelf over here full of stuff that I rejected down there. This whole shelf, it has got beads in containers that I have to sort. Then I have all my bead soups here, and some like things of crystal, and all these little odd things here, and like this was a project I was doing, and then I shoved it on. So what happens is about every 6 months, here's all my bead backing and stuff. So what happens is about every 6 months, I end up having to redo my entire room. Here's another tray from when I had my bead show, and I just put everything in there and then carried it downstairs into my bead room here and never put it away. So my organization right now is horrendous. So what I did was I bought the bead tower, and because I've accumulated quite a few little tubes, before I was always buying in bulk, so I have all these bulk things here. See, that's a 15-0 crystal Toho, and that's an 11-0 silver-lined crystal, and so on and so forth. So I have all these, and I organized those nicely yesterday because I had some over here, and some over here, and some over there. So all the bigger drawers in these two here are going to be all seed beads, my bulk seed beads. And then I put my tubes in there. And then I bought this 10 drawer thing from Hobby Lobby yesterday. And I'm starting to organize it. I've got all my, because I usually have my threads piled on top of that little toolbox thing right there. And so I've got my threads in all in one drawer, and my stringing wires. In this drawer, I have my whole thing of buttons. I'll show you how ridiculous I am with, I'll show you my buttons. But this is nice because now I have them in here instead of in drawers. I had them in those drawers over there where I have all the bulk seed beads, and I could never find anything. They were just jam full. So now I have them in here, and you can see I have them kind of separated, the bigger ones here and the smaller ones here, and I've just kind of put them in there. And then I can close this and put it in this drawer. And then I bought this. So I bought this whole 10 drawer thing and put it together yesterday. And I bought this at Michael's and it was $30, which is really not bad. They have all of their storage stuff right now on sale. Not the jewelry storage, but the regular craft storage stuff on sale for 50% off. So if you're near Michael's and you need some storage stuff, go get it there. This little drawer thing was $30. And then I bought this storage container, which is double-sided, so I thought it was cool. It's hard for me to do this holding my camera so you guys can see, but I'm going to try to do this. Let's see. If I had it on my tripod, I guess I could do that. Let me set up my tripod and I'll show you guys this stuff. Hang on 1 minute. Okay, so let's see if this works better. So, let me turn this so I can see what I'm doing here. So what I did was I bought this one and it's double-sided. You can put stuff on one side, flip it over and put stuff on the other. The problem with this is that though it wasn't created for jewelry, let me get some light here, it has a tendency to have stuff fly from all the sections. So once I went through this, and as you can see, I really filled this. Let's see. These are all my clasps. I had them in drawers that I'd be searching for all the separate pieces. So now I've divided them all out and I've got them all in nice little sections. But the tops of these were grooved down, so I had to put tape on them. And then it still wasn't sealed well enough, so I put this little piece of stiff stuff over the top of it. This is my embroidery stuff. Put it over the top of it, and now I can have it sealed so that when I flip it over, my things basically stay where they were. Now, a few pieces here and there escape, but mostly they stay pretty good. So on this side, let me show you. I have put all of my findings, and I have tons of findings. So my head pins and my bead caps and my ends for like cording and things like that. Kumihimo, I can't say it. You know what I'm talking about. The braid. And then like my O-rings, all those things in here. And then I can just leave this right on top of, and I have some of the, you know what I'm talking about. But, and some chain in here and things like that. And so I can leave all this in here, but I have to put this on top of here and close it. And that was on sale for around $10. So, because they had it marked about $19. But because of the 50% off sale, it was $10. And that's reasonable enough. I'll spend $10 on a storage thing, but more than likely I'm not going to spend $20, $30 on a little container like that. That's just silly. So I've got that, and then I can finish, I can put like my, my bead embroidery stuff, my bead backing, my ultra suede, stuff like that in the drawers, things like that. So I'll show you when I'm done how I end up actually organizing things. But I also, let me take this back off the tripod here. Or let's just take the tripod with us. I also got a little bit organized over here. This was such a mess. As far as, now this is all my crystal that, like odds and ends, these are top drilled, that I've opened the strands, and then I needed a place to put them. So now I've got them all in one thing, as you can see. And that's just the open strands of just the drop crystals. And I've got my metal beads in here. And then a hodgepodge of metal beads in here. So I'm trying to organize all of my metal like connections and things I use. Here's some more connectors and big bags of them. And then I have like my clamshells. I don't use them often, but I have a bunch of clamshells here. And just, I'm getting it down to where I put all my little pieces of chain and little bags in here. And it's getting to where it's getting more and more organized because I have so much stuff. And I still have several little containers to go through and organize. And like I said, this whole huge drawer over here, I don't even know what I'm going to do with all that yet. If you have suggestions, let me know. But at this point, I'm just working through it. And all my super duos and stuff, I have. Let me see. Let me take this out of here because I can't see what I'm doing here. There. All my super duos, like I have bags of super duos and bulk in here, and then like this has triangle beads in it and super duos, and then I have like mushroom beads there, and I have pyramid beads and dagger beads stuck together, and then here's more pyramid beads. I have a ton of those, and there's some more triangle beads. So I need to just go through. Here's another bag of triangle beads. So at one point, I had all my super duos, triangle beads, things like that right up through here. But now I've got them just everywhere because I have a ton of super duos and I don't even know really where they're at. So I need to go through and figure out, because they used to all be here. Here's a bag of them here. But like I said, every 6-8 months, something like that, a year, I have to go through everything because I acquire so much more because I'm the epitome of a bead hoarder. So I've got some connectors in there. This one is nice and neat now. You can see, oh my Rivolies. Let me show you. I am not sure this is a good idea because I don't like them to rub together, but I figure if I handle them carefully, might be okay. But I put all my Rivolies in this little tiny thing that some connectors came in, which I have the connectors in that new big metal box that I just showed you, that one right there. So I have all these here, and then here's some extra Swarovski elements that I just have one or two of that I put in there. So that's all together. And then I have 8mm crystals in here. And so I'm getting there. I have all my little bulk donut beads in there. So I'm getting there, but you'll see in a little bit how much. Like I said, the boards, the pegboards aren't too bad. I might leave them alone. I'm going to lighten them up some. And then I have a container right there that has a bunch of check hex cut beads in it. I'll probably leave that alone. It's arranged fairly decently. And then like this here has a whole bunch. It has a factory pack of Montana blue crystals in it. So I'll put that in jars. And then I have some of my bead boxes sitting around, my dollar bead box that I have to go through. I might rearrange some of my colors. Got kind of mixed up on my pegboard over here. This pegboard is kind of heavy and a mess. But the International Jewelry and Gem Show is coming next weekend, so I wanted to get this all cleaned up so that I can add more to it. So anyway, this is going to be my biggest challenge over here, is getting all of this stuff sorted out. These are all full. And then I have all these bead soups I have to deal with, and I have my box of rejects down there. I have all my metalworking stuff down here. I don't know where my soldering iron went. I think that got taken out to the garage, but in my Dremel, I just have a ton of stuff. I have my loom stuff down there. I have some Christmas bulbs up here that I am going to decorate. So, then I have more junk up here. So, here's all my sotage stuff, all my ribbon for sotage. I have to go through all this. But anyway, I'll show you after I get all this stuff put away. what it turns out to be when we're all done. Oh, and see my tool mess, and oh, it's such a mess. Look at this floor. It's just horrible. There's going to be a jillion, this is going to be a bead rug. There's going to be a jillion beads in here by the time I'm done. But anyway, I hopefully will have a decent bead room when I'm done because, man, I trashed it. Bye-bye. Okay, so I have finished cleaning up my room. And let's see what we can see here. It's kind of dark in here, so let me turn on a couple more lights because the camera isn't really showing very well. So now you can see first there's my floor. No more stuff everywhere. We're going to start from this corner here. I didn't really lighten this pegboard up too much. I just kind of left it alone because I got a little sidetracked with everything else that I was doing. In this little storage box I bought, I put a bunch of my big heavy glass check beads that I had hanging on the board. So I have a bunch of them in their big strands, the hanks of them, all in here. So they're nice and neatly arranged so I can just open one up when I want to use any of those. In here, I have put all of my specialty beads like daggers. That's one color. There's another color of daggers. These on top are all different daggers. And then I put some more of my specialty, whatever specialty beads I had, I put the whole hank or strands or whatever in here so that now I don't have a hodgepodge of different beads. I actually have, these are silkies here. There's more silkies. And then there's some more glass, check glass. And they're all individually put together, so now I don't have a hodgepodge of pearls and crystals and this and that, all weird. And then of course I have my bulk seed beads here and here, and I'm going to take the tags off of these two. They just look sloppy. I like to have them on there so that if someone asks me a number or whatever, I can give it to them, but I think it looks sloppy. I know what they are. I know what size they are and what I want to use, so I don't really need them for my reference per se, so I'll probably take those tags off because I don't like them anymore. Then I've got my camera set up here. I've got my lamps and my tripod and my camera and my beading mat. And then in this one, remember I showed you I couldn't find my super duos? Well, lo and behold, look at this. There are tons and tons of super duos. All of these are super duos. This whole row and this whole row are all my super duos. I found them and I have actually organized them again. And then my pyramid beads, I took them all out of the little bags and put them together. These ones are pink and blue. And then here's my smaller ones and bigger stone ones. And then I have some leaf beads here. And all my mushroom beads that were in that big tote that I showed you, I have them all in here arranged in their hanks all in there nicely. And then I have down here like all my leaf beads, and I have just a few of those, and then my donut beads there, and then my flowers. I had bag after bag of flowers and I mixed them all together, and I may regret that. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But it's better than having 900 million little bags everywhere. So I put all the flowers in there. Then I have a huge bulk of clear drooks that I bought years ago. They were on sale for incredibly cheap. So I bought this big bag and I put it in there. And then some round duos in there. And then I have some bead court crystal in here that I bought a while back, Thunder Polish. They're not my favorites, so I didn't put them in my little jars. I put them in there. In here, I have my crystal arranged. All this is Swarovski crystal. And when I get more, I have some more little jars. Or if I open a strand of something, I can put them in here and put them on here now, instead of just throwing them somewhere in a drawer. And now, all my metal beads, and this one is completely arranged with metal beads and connectors and things like that. And of course I already showed you, I have my Swarovski Rivolis and stuff in there. And then here, these are all my check seed beads that I bought a big, huge bulk package of different packages years ago. And so I've just arranged them a little bit neater. They were just kind of thrown in there messy, so I just kind of arranged them neater. And they're arranged mostly by color. There's so many different little bags that I tried to just keep a general color organization going. And then over here I put my drawers together, and I slid it in the corner here, and I have the little top thing that I showed you. And what I like about this is, like with this drawer, I have all my tools in here, and so I could just come and get my tools. And then like in here I have some of my little containers, and I put my little flower beads and specialty type things that I'll go searching for and can't find. In here I put just a hodgepodge of all different fire polish. I get the little subscription boxes and stuff, and sometimes I'll go to Michael's and get a strand or something that's individual, and I put them all in there so they're not hanging all over my pegboards, making them all gobbledygooked. And my wire stuff, my thread, my buttons are in the top drawer in their little container. All of that is nice and neat now and arranged. I have my I have now put my bead backing and everything. I straightened it up, put it all in there. Cording, things like that in here. Material, whatever it is that I have for certain projects that I craft with. And then I lightened up this pegboard quite a bit. I still have to arrange it a little bit better, and I'm going to go get another one of those right there, those little storage things again, so I can put some more of my bigger, heavier beads like these strands in there so I can get it off of here. And then I can arrange these all by color again, just nice and neat, my rounds in different sizes. At this point, that's about as far as I got, but it's much better than it was. I put away all of my my neck models with all my tons of necklaces on them. Of course, that's not the way I displayed them, but when I picked everything up from my party, I just threw it all together and brought it down here in the basement. So it was a big mess. But and I leave my bracelets, most of them, a lot of them I have put away, but I leave a display of those, and then I left out one neck model and my little ring model. That's about it. The rest of it is all. And then there's my seed bead towers over there, my new seed bead towers. That really helped. Buying these little jars here and buying the seed bead towers and buying this drawer thing was what I needed to at least start to organize. And now I feel like it's pretty darn organized. My big messy shelf over here is nice and neat now. I still have some things in these totes, but I put all my gemstones in one. I did arrange them to where they have some order to them. So, and this big one here is all my Dremel stuff. So I have different Dremel bits and things like that in there. And then there's some more of my storage stuff I didn't quite use. I have some empty containers here that I could use later if I need them. I emptied that big mess tool thing, put it in my drawers. So everything is pretty well. And there's my bead mats and my bead board and my stringing bead board down there. And everything is a little bit better now. Or a lot better now. You have to make a disaster before you can make it better. And trying to get a general look at the room so you can see what it looks like in general. It's just, I can't really back up too much because I don't have that much space, but that's basically what it looks like now. And I think it's a chillion, patillion, manillion, whatever makeup words that I can times better, because boy, that was a disaster. And it took me all weekend, so that's why you didn't get a tutorial this weekend. So I'm sorry. Bye-bye.